Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay. You are listening to Wine and Crime, the podcast where two friends chug wine, chat true crime, and unleash their worst Minnesotan accents.
You're right. If that's where you're trying to go, you're in the right place. Don't touch that dial. You've got Lucy and Mandy on Wine 101.3 and Crime DWB.
Car talk. With click and clap.
And cut to John for afternoon traffic. That would be amazing. Why aren't we on the radio? Whatever.
I don't know. I wanted to go into radio. I really wanted to work for public radio.
It's
really glad I
fascinating.
didn't follow that particular dream right now.
I mean, I guess, but you'd be so seasoned. You would have been so ready for the podcast life.
Yeah, I would have been ready to be laid off one way or another.
Ain't that the truth? Thank God you didn't go into public radio. Instead, you went into publishing, and then we decided to go into
print
podcasting.
publishing. Oh, God.
What were we thinking?
Is it me?
It's us. Anyway, wow. I'm Amanda.
Oh, I'm Lucy. We have a fucking doozy for you today.
Yeah, and it's our own, well, okay, it is our own fault, but it was also heavily recommended. Like, I feel like this has come up in the comment section of the Wine and Crime Happy Hours on, like...
Well, I think it came up because of Bad Baby.
That's right.
That's where we were
The 15
first like,
minutes of fame.
we should do an episode on this.
And then we got feedback, like, in the email being like,
Yeah.
yes, please do it.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we're not going to be able to do this like full justice because this is like a 2-hour show. But what are we going to try to talk about?
Well, today we're going to give you perhaps too much information, certainly more than you ever wanted, about the troubled teen industry.
It is dark.
There's so much.
There's so much. And my case is like famous for the most part. We've even talked about it. We just haven't talked about it in depth. And it's still so much more than I could ever dream to cover on one episode. I mean, there have been, will be entire shows about this. So there's lots of information out there, but we're going to give you the little bit that we can.
Yeah. And
The lot
it's
of it.
rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really fucked up.
Yeah. And I want to just put it out there that like several of the emails that we received are from people who have personal connections to this industry.
Experience.
So once again, we are hoping that we can do what we can with the limited time that we have. This is a heartbreaking topic of conversation. And so if this is one that you can't listen to, we totally get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this shit is nuts and profitable.
Very.
Yeah. All right.
Multi-billions. And in true us fashion, I forgot to mention in our original recording that this is not just a coven/gals pick. This episode was sponsored by Katie and Johnny. And let me tell you about Katie and Johnny.
From Albany?
Yeah.
Oh, unforgettable. That's what you
are.
Y'all were hammered at that show.
It was my favorite part about the show. Okay, so this was the iconic email that we got from Katie and Johnny.
I'm so glad we're going back to put this in because holy shit.
It's a few days after the show in Albany. Gals, post breakfast burrito clarity on April 5th led us to realize that we'd been drunken assholes at your live show in Albany.
Drunken, yes. Assholes, I disagree. You were not assholes. You could barely put together a sentence, but you were not like rude or assholes.
I did not think of you as assholes in any regard.
Not at all. We were mostly just worried about you. I'm gonna be honest. We wanted to make sure you could get home okay.
They got home okay.
Yeah, they're fine.
So they go on to say, we got way too excited about our first out-of-town side quest together and made basically every rookie mistake there is to make regarding alcohol.
Yup.
At one point, we drank tequila mixed with champagne.
You guys. What the fuck
What
were
even
you thinking
is
with
that?
that one? That is not a drink. That is a disaster.
Do that.
Good
we
Lord.
We are so sorry to y'all, to the other fans of the show, to Nipper. Nipper.
That fucking dog.
I love Nipper.
I know you do.
Seriously, though, we regret negatively impacting such a wonderful experience full of community and laughter. We've both been devoted listeners since 2017, and we feel like we've desecrated holy ground.
No,
Babes, don't feel sorry.
You have desecrated nothing. You have sprinkled the holy water on fertile ground.
This is them sprinkling the holy water. They go on to say, to atone, we'd love to sponsor a Gals Pick episode if that's okay with you both. I know that you paired this episode with an incredible unpinned wine, but they said, we would leave the wine pairing up to you, but might we suggest the Woodbridge Cabernet Sauvignon from the Rep Theater that Katie apparently spilled all over herself sometime prior to taking a photo with you?
Girl was covered in it.
Covered.
Like half of her white button-up shirt.
Red wine down the front
it
of
looked
her
like
shirt.
A hospital jacket on an episode of Grey's Anatomy, like a season finale episode of Grey's Anatomy with a lot of blood.
It was so fucking funny because we saw you guys before the show and we're like,
and then also
they're a bit tuned up, and then after the show you were a bit more tuned up and one of you had red wine all over the front.
Everywhere, baby. Oh, I'm so happy you're okay.
So happy you're okay. I hope you had fun.
Unbelievable.
But they end it with, we hope to make it to another live show someday, and we promise to be on our best behavior. Don't. To recap, so sorry. We love you. Much love, much shame, and much Tylenol, Katie and Johnny.
I can't even imagine. Y'all must have felt like ass the next day. I'm so sorry.
We probably felt worse than we did, but
yeah, I felt great. I only had like
fine.
3 drinks. I was a good girl. We went out. No, we didn't. We didn't go out in Albany. We went out in DC.
I don't remember Albany. I'm not going to recollect those memories right now, but I did have to pop in.
Yes.
And read the email from the sponsors of today's episode.
I love it. I'm so glad we did. And big thanks. Big thanks to them. I'm glad to know that this
Katie
episode was made because of you. Well, yeah, let's maybe get drunk or something. Let's get a little crutch in here to help us out, and we have another delicious, delectable, delightful Ushwin's Wine Corner with Unpinned Wine Club. So let's cut to literally me again, but with Ushwin to tell us about the wine pairing. Welcome back, Ushwin. I threw kind of a weird one at you this week with the troubled teen industry.
You did.
But you had a really good idea about this, so I'm very excited about what you came up with.
I think we did a pretty good job here. I'll let you and the listeners decide. But before I get into that, I bumped into a handful of folks that from our DC show.
Yes.
I did a wine tasting tour this July, and I met there was maybe 5 or 6 familiar faces, which was super fun.
That makes me so happy.
At the top.
I love it.
It was fun. We missed y'all,
I know.
but we still had some fun drinking wine.
I wanted to make it there, and I feel like I was so close and yet so far away. But my week in Jersey was only 3 days, and it was a whirlwind. So I was not able to get out to Philly. But it sounds like these events were fucking amazing, and I'm so glad some of the Coven members came out for y'all.
Yeah, they were so fun, and part of what brought that to mind is they were like it's really sweet to hear people being kind to you that you haven't gotten to like meet so much, right? Because we hang out, we do these podcasts, and people listen, and it's cool when it impacts them. So I had a few different people come up and be like, "We love the wine corner," and I made this joke. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm getting real comfy in this corner. Like I've got like I've like hung up some records. I've like got a nice couch. Like I'm definitely getting comfy in this corner. They're gonna have to kick me out.
We love the wine corner. We love the wine corner. I'm so glad. Yeah, and I mean, when you do more of these tastings, we will definitely let folks know because they are really fucking cool. I've had the pleasure of being able to drink wine in person with Ashwin a couple of times now, and it is one of my favorite pastimes. You know so much.
So kind. Thank you. Yeah, you kind of forget how much you osmose when you do something for a really long time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like stuff just starts to come out of your mouth and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I knew that. But it's like, oh, I've been around this for 10 years, like, and I'm reasonably intelligent, so some stuff sticks, you know?
Yeah.
So it's been
Plenty is sticking. So yeah, if you want an opportunity to see the extent of that knowledge, just stick around and follow Unpinned Wine Club. They have a very present social media, and they will absolutely let you know about upcoming events, and they are very fun and really cool.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you.
But we don't have an event specifically to shout out this week.
No,
but we will have something else to shout out after the pairing, which I am also very excited about.
Yes,
so,
we will.
What did you drum up for us for Troubled Teens?
Yeah, so we were going back and forth on this, like Utah, salty, and I was thinking about Salt Lake. When I think Utah, I think Salt Lake City. Well, I think Salt Lake City, and I think of the Mormons. No comment on the latter. And so,
well, I mean, it's interesting that like this is such a natural combo because so much of the troubled teen industry is based in Utah and in and around Salt Lake, and some of the more like famous schools that we are going to talk about today are in that area. So this ended up being kind of perfect.
Yeah, it just kind of like meshed, right? But one thing I had to Google was, is Salt Lake actually a salt lake? Because sometimes things get named a certain way and it's not actually indicative of what it is. So I Googled it, and it is. It's one of the saltiest bodies of water on the planet.
Thank God.
And so I was thinking, like, can we find a wine that is salty? And that's exactly what we did. We've got a Greek island wine from, it's most of the grapes are from Santorini. Some of the grapes are from Paros. This is the Gavalas Posta White. And the reason it's salty, one of the main reasons, is island wines, you have a lot of sea mist, sea breeze. So when the dew forms and you have condensation, the salty water ends up in the soils. And then that salinity is what gives you a salty character in the wine. And I was actually like, I've tasted nearly 1,000 wines over the last few months. And so I have to like go check my notes every once in a while. And I went and looked. And the first thing these are the notes on this wine. The first thing it says is
a saline
citrus bright white from volcanic soils. So this was like it just felt like it matched. It's like you got Salt Lake City over here, you've got salty wines. Most people haven't tasted many wines that have like a saline character in them. I happen to love them.
I feel like salty wines are kind of, I wouldn't say a no-no in the restaurant industry, but they are a little bit more avoided in the restaurant industry because we, at least where I work, like we want wines that are going to be pretty suitable across the board for almost every food item that you serve in your restaurant. So wines 100%. Like these are a little bit more adventurous, really, really fun. And not to say that salty wines do not pair well with all kinds of foods, because they absolutely do, but might take a little bit more planning on 100%. The drinker's part to decide like, how am I going to pair this wine to bring out that expression the best that it possibly can.
100%.
So I really haven't tasted salty wines myself.
You're hitting the nail on the head, right? Because it is a flavor profile that we're not as used to in wine, especially in white wine. We're used to apples and lemons. We're used to floral. We're used to, like, if you drink West Coast kind of Chardonnays, you're used to like butter and popcorn, like caramelized apple, vanilla. Those are the like tasting notes that most people are used to when you think about white wine. Island wines don't have a lot of most of those things. You get salinity, you get minerality, like almost like this chalky texture in your mouth. You get like lemon peel, and like for the pairings here, you do need to be a little bit more thoughtful, because it is like a fairly, I don't know if a strong flavor is the right word. I guess
Right.
it's just more of a novel flavor for people in wine. So like, what I suggested for food pairings here, oysters would be amazing. Grilled or raw on the half shell. I also suggested grilled lemon with lemon and some olive oil. Damn, I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like a wine like this would also be really good with like a caramel heavy dessert.
oh yeah,
Something like sweet that has a really nice balance with salt, like with the saline.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
yeah.
I like to satisfy my sweet tooth.
I feel like you could even maybe do a sticky toffee pudding kind of thing. with
Totally.
this.
Totally.
Right? You've got that like salty caramel, rich and dark, and you have something bright to just liven it up. Yeah, I think that could totally work.
Yum, 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 yum. So wait,
couple
what
of
is this? What is this wine called?
So the producer is Gavalas. They're now into the 5th generation of winemaking on the island of Santorini.
Damn.
Santorini, they make phenomenal wines. Generally, they've gotten a lot more expensive over the last like decade or so for a few different reasons. Most of them not awesome. One is you kind of have like the over touristification of the island, and so a lot of vineyards are ripped up to like build resorts instead. You also have like a massive climate change crisis in Santorini because for however many hundreds of years there was no irrigation there. Like they just didn't need to irrigate the vineyards and it wasn't permitted. But now, I mean, it's like 10 degrees hotter or something.
Yeah.
It's just like so much hotter. There's not enough dew. There's not enough. I mean, it generally rained very little to begin with. And so when you have higher heat, but the same or less water, naturally the plants are having trouble, kind of thriving and surviving.
Right.
But Gavalas is one of those like, I met him a few times. Once in DC, I actually went to visit him on the island. He's just like loves his land and his culture. He's like, he's got like a nursery of old varieties that are almost extinct that he's like trying to bring back to health to then plant. Like he makes a wine out of a grape called Valdomato, which most people have never heard of. He has a white grape called Cazzano. Like these grapes that basically saved from extinction because they don't really grow anywhere else. So the 2 grapes in this wine are Assyrtiko and Monemvasia. These 2 grapes aren't at risk of extinction, but they're like really characteristic Greek grapes. Like you find them on the islands, you can find them on the mainland as well. This is like, I think 60% Assyrtiko and then 40% Monemvasia. Assyrtiko is really cool because it's like, it's got the aromas of a light wine, but it's got it's like fuller bodied. So you get these like bright, you get some of the saline, you get the lemon and stuff, but then like it's like waxy on your palate. Like
We
it
did
feels
taste
fuller.
some of this that varietal specifically when we were in Crete.
Ooh.
And it is quite tasty. Quite
Did
tasty.
you like
And
it?
I really liked it. I was not super familiar with it. I loved tasting a bunch of different Greek wines and experiencing these varietals that we just don't really have access to
so
easily
cool.
in the States. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited to hear that this is a blend of that varietal because it's like actually one that I
back,
recognize.
baby.
Yeah.
Assyrtiko's back, baby. Yeah, it's like it feels like Chardonnay, but it tastes more like Riesling, if that makes any sense. Like the texture is like
the
fuller
mouthfeel is
Chardonnay.
like it's like thick.
Exactly.
It's like a thick
Yeah,
white,
exactly,
but then
it's
the flavor doesn't match the mouthfeel immediately. You kind of have to think about it. You're like, what is going
which
on?
I think that's one of the most exciting things about wine, right? Where it's like it tricks you. You're like, oh, I smell it, and I'm like, this is what this wine is going to taste like. And you taste it, and you're like, whoa, this is very different than what I expected. I gotta like.
Well, and I
hold up
love
a
the
sec.
idea that a wine doesn't. You think about what a wine is going to taste like, but I also love to think about what a wine is going to feel like in my mouth.
I love that.
You know, I
love
mean,
that.
that's why, I mean, Merlot is like not my favorite in terms of flavor, but I really like the mouthfeel of Merlot. So I will
velvety.
lean toward
It's
a red
so
blend.
luxurious.
Yeah, that luxurious velvety mouthfeel. It's kind of how I feel about Chardonnay. Is like, I don't really love the flavor profile of like an oaked Chardonnay, but I do like the mouthfeel of it. So a varietal like this is kind of perfect.
100%. And you're hitting on something so important to me, which is wine delivers on so many different dimensions for us. Like, it involves 3 out of our 5 senses, right? Like our sense of taste, our sense of touch, and our sense of smell. It's like, it's something that involves all 3 of these, and it combines it in such a way that like you can enjoy 2 of the senses and not one of them. And then you're kind of in this like, I don't know, this like kind of funny limbo like you're describing, where you're like, I don't love oak Chardonnay how it tastes, but it feels really luscious.
Good.
And
yes.
Yeah. So
I know.
I'd be curious how people react to this one, because it's definitely one of those that's like a bit, it could be a bit polarizing. But I personally love it. I can't remember if I've shared with you before or not, but like a third or so of my personal cellar is Greek wine.
Oh, I love that.
Just because it's so...
That's very telling.
It's just so underrated and undervalued. It's like you can get these wines that are pretty affordable, and then they drink like $100 bottles, and you're like, why is no one else drinking this? And then you realize like, oh, these words are really hard to say, and then that's
probably part of the reason why Americans are not buying them. Yeah. Well, if some of these Americans want to buy them, where would they get this wine from you?
Yeah, so they can go to unpinnedwineclub.com/WC. And what we've done this month is all of the wines from past wine pairings that we've done that we could get our hands on, we've gotten more of it and included it in our bottle shop at this link.
Hell yeah.
For the Wine Coven. So I think we've done maybe 6 or 7 of these pairings. I think 4 of the wines we were able to get more of.
Cool.
3 or 4, including this one. So yeah, I think I mentioned this last time we chatted. We're like trying to make these wines, whether it's the other 10,000 grapes or the classics made with 3 ingredients or less, we're trying to make it more generally accessible. So the Wine Club is awesome. It's also a little expensive. I get that. And so the bottle shop is a cool way to like, oh, this wine sounds cool. Let me buy just a bottle or 2 as opposed to needing to commit to like 6 a month or whatnot. So
amazing. So the bottle shop is open and people can check it out. And then you've kind of created like a mini exclusive Wine and Crime bottle shop that's going to go ahead and stock what you're able to of previous pairings and the current pairing, so that if folks don't want to invest in an entire shipment of wine, they can purchase a bottle or, just add things to their cart that are looking really exciting to them, which I love. This is such a cool way to experience the whole like unpinned menu of options.
Exactly. And that's been the goal. It's like, how can we make these wines? Like, our philosophy is lower intervention, save the other 10,000 grapes. How can we make that philosophy accessible to more people? Because I get that like a couple $100 a month is not accessible to everyone.
Right.
And so this is like a great way where it's like, all right, well, if you want a bottle or 2 for the weekend, or you're grilling out, or you have some, it's like, you can just go grab what you like. And the other thing I thought of too is like, people who are in my wine club, I'm so appreciative because they basically just put their wine drinking in my hands without like, they might not like reds, but they're willing to try the reds that I choose. Which is really sweet, but I also get some people who are like, I don't like reds and I will not try them even if you choose them. So I only want whites. So that people like that can just go pick the whites only, Yeah. So try to make it a little easier for folks.
Well, whatever people decide to do, they're in very capable hands with you and with Unpinned. So everybody should head to unpinnedwineclub.com/WC. And like Ashwin said, the pairings that they are able to get the inventory, like continued inventory of, will be on this link so that folks can order them individual bottles if you miss them, or if there is a pairing that you did get to try and you loved and you want another bottle of it. This is a great way to just check out what pairings we've had in the past with Ashwin and with Unpinned Wine Club. And if they have them available in their inventory, they will make sure to put them on
right there.
This exclusive link, which
I love.
There.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Just for the Wine Coven. Yeah.
All right. Well, cheers to you, and thank you for joining us again for another Ashwin's Wine Corner, and we will see you again very soon.
Thanks for having me. Can't wait. Cheers, Amanda.
Cheers. All right. So yes, if you want to check out the amazing kind of exclusive bottle shop of previous wine pairings that are still in stock, you can head to unpinnedwineclub.com/WC and check it out. All right. Let's take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then I guess go for it.
Yeah. Well, that's all you can do. It's like an ice bath.
Yeah. Yep.
Just get
Take
the nipples
plunge.
in. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Oh, the nipples are the worst part. All right. Let's do it. I don't know about y'all, but I picked a bank in like my late teens and then early 20s and just kind of never looked back. And I wish that I had had more information and a little more help to learn what would actually work for me. And that is where Chime comes in. Chime is changing the way people think. They're not like traditional old crusty, dusty banks, okay, who charge fees and gatekeep perks and rewards. Chime offers the most rewarding fee-free banking, all with no overdraft fees, no monthly fees, and no minimum balance fees.
You get 5% cash back on Chime Card in a category of choice like gas, groceries, whatever you want, all while building credit through regular, everyday spending with no credit check. You can also grow your money faster with a savings rate that is 9 times the national average. And if you're ever in a pinch, Spot Me lets you overdraft up to $200 fee-free. What's not to love about that? Join the millions who are already banking fee-free with America's #1 choice for banking. Head to chime.com/gals. That is chime.com/gals. Sign up now. It only takes a few minutes. Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services and Chime Card provided by Chime's bank partners. Qualifying direct deposits required. Terms and limits apply. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details. Do you ever wake up sweaty, freezing, or both, or just plain old uncomfortable? The temperature in your bedroom can really make or break your sleep, and that is why we have both switched to Miracle Made sheets. They're incredible. They're inspired by NASA technology and use silver-infused temperature-regulating fabric to help you sleep perfectly all night long. They're magic.
Yeah, that NASA-inspired silver-infused fabric is really a godsend because it helps you regulate your body temperature. So I have one of those like converted attic South Minneapolis bedrooms. The temp up there is as manic as I am, baby. So sometimes it's super hot, sometimes it's super cold. And with these sheets, it does not matter. They will keep you in the comfort zone all night long. And Lucy's favorite gross fun fact is that traditional bed sheets can hold more bacteria than a toilet seat. But not with Miracle Made sheets because of that antibacterial silver technology. They stay cleaner and fresher up to 3 times longer than regular sheets. So that means fewer odors, fewer wash cycles, way less laundry, and it's better for your skin because all that bacteria in your regular sheets, it can clog your pores and cause breakouts like all on your body. If you're having like back knee issues, it might be your sheets, babes. Miracle Made's antibacterial design helps you sleep cleaner and clearer night after night, and they truly feel just as good, if not better, than sheets that you would find at a 5-star hotel. They are so soft and they hold up wash after wash. We've been using ours for years and they're still like in perfect condition.
Truly. So upgrade your sleep or give the gift of better rest. Go to trymiracle.com/gals to try Miracle Made sheets today. You'll save over 40%, and when you use promo code GALS, you'll get an extra 20% off plus a free 3-piece towel set. I want the towels. They make an amazing gift, and with a 30-day money-back guarantee, there's no risk. That's trymiracle.com/gals, code GALS at checkout. And thanks to Miracle Made for sponsoring this episode.
I've been a glasses wearer since I was 12, and the process of getting glasses is such a pain in the keister. Am I right?
Yes.
Going into a store that has like weirdly too many options, but they're all really limited and kind of like the same ugly frames over and over again that you do not want. Getting an eye exam is like getting your teeth pulled, but from your eyes. It's a whole process. It just takes forever. You have to find a doctor. It's like making sure they take your insurance. It's just, I want like somebody who's going to be kind of a one-stop shop all in one place. And that is truly why I am obsessed with Warby Parker, because they did not just make buying glasses easier. They made the entire experience start to finish so much easier. You can actually go into one of their stores and get an eye exam right there. You're not running around to multiple spots. You can shop the glasses. You don't have to like guess if your prescription is up to date. They just take care of everything, and the styles are so cute.
We've both been wearing Warby Parker for many, many years. They're fantastic. It's a one-stop shop, truly. They offer eye exams, glasses, contacts, sunglasses. You don't have to like piece it all together anymore. And they also have over 300 retail stores across the U.S. if shopping online for glasses just isn't for you. Warby Parker is also covered by many major eye insurance plans, so there's a really good chance that they've got exactly what you're looking for. And maybe the best part of Warby Parker is that for every pair they sell, they also give a pair to someone in need. So you can feel good about shopping at Warby Parker. And right now, buy one pair of glasses and get 20% off any additional pairs at warbyparker.com/gals. That's 20% off any additional pairs when you purchase one pair at warbyparker.com/gals.
All right, Lucy, lay it on us. What do you got for us for troubled teen industry?
Oh, so much. Okay, the troubled teen industry, or the TTI, is a term used to describe a system of residential youth treatment programs and facilities, arguably under-regulated and deeply problematic, targeted toward children and teens that operate primarily in the United States. This might include, they have like, I mean, it's an industry, so there are many different like outlets for this. So some of these,
it's popular in Utah.
But some of, I mean, sometimes they're referred to as schools or facilities or whatever, but they might be referred to as residential treatment centers. These are more like rehab centers, wilderness programs, or outdoor behavioral health care.
That's
a reach.
That's real.
Boot camps and therapeutic boarding schools. So those are more of an academic setting with like counseling and behavioral interventions. They're all, they're all bad. And they're all privately run.
Yeah.
Which is
a
the
red
primary
flag.
issue.
Yeah.
There are many centers owned and or operated by American companies that exist like outside of the United States. Like there's one in Jamaica called Tranquility Bay. I'm pretty sure it's shut down. It's like just the allegations of that place alone are wild.
Yeah.
I'll also note that quite a few of them claim religious exemption, which allows them to further skirt requirements and oversight. And like just in methodology, a lot of them incorporate like biblical or like Christian values and shit like that.
Yeah, the Mormons are big fans of especially in like among the Utah TTI, the Mormons have they're getting their bag for sure.
I didn't even go into like specific like regions or school. It's just there's just so much. There's so much. Lots of tentacles.
Well, and it's so scary too, because when you think about these are underregulated, when you think about what certain religious sects might deem a like mental disparity, i.e. being queer, having, ADHD,
neurodivergence.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like there are so many things that are not a mental illness that needs boarding school or rehab.
Yeah.
That when there are especially like religious facilities that can skirt accountability, you can just plop your kid in there because like you don't like that they're wearing nail polish. It's fucking scary as hell.
It's very scary. So thousands of young people are enrolled in private reform institutions every year in the United States. We don't have exact numbers because, again...
underregulated.
Yeah. Current estimates are between 120,000 and 200,000 children in the TTI at any given time. This is from the American Bar Association. The troubled teen industry is a big business. It receives an estimated $23 billion of annual public funds.
Every $23 billion a year?
To purportedly treat the behavioral and psychological needs of vulnerable youth.
Oh, fuck that.
That's just of federal money. That's just of like government funding.
Yeah, and some of these schools, like the one that I'm talking about, charge almost $13,000 a month to have your child there. So what public fucking money are they needing?
Yeah. Many residential facilities operate as for-profit organizations. One such for-profit facility called Sequel has an annual revenue that regularly tops $200 million.
Oh, I'm going to puke. That is sick.
As of 2017, 90% of their revenue came from Medicaid, Medicare, and approximately 500 additional federal, state, and local programs.
Okay, well, there's your fraud.
It's just coming from everywhere.
Holy shit.
Into these facilities that are, a lot of them are big conglomerates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God damn.
Programs pay sequel that
Company
for-profit facility
or, yeah.
that I just mentioned, as much as $800 per day per child at a facility.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my God.
it's basically like for-profit prisons for children.
Yes.
It's the same blueprint.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's so gross.
Oh, it gives me fucking chills. It's
I
disgusting.
know. It's so. The more I went into this, I was. Ugh. This is a hell of a topic.
Yeah.
Okay. The people who are sent to these kinds of places are considered to have struggles with learning disabilities, emotional regulation, mental illness, and substance abuse. But once they're there, it's just all one label. You're a delinquent. They're all kind of treated the same.
Yeah.
They're
Lumped together.
Yeah, they're like criminalized. You know what I mean?
And I don't know if you're going to go into this, but like these facilities will kind of tout themselves as having like medical professionals and people to actually provide the quote unquote treatments that they're saying that they're providing.
Yeah.
But that doesn't
one-on-one.
mean that sometimes there are barely any there are like doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, like actual medical professionals don't necessarily work there. It might just be like the pastor that's fucking doing group therapy or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
have a doctorate in theology. I'm a doctor.
I'm a doctor. Bro.
Or I just made up that example. But, there are no regulations. So as long as they can get away with it, like from a marketing perspective, it's very deceptive marketing to dupe parents mostly into sending their kids to these places.
Ugh.
It's really, really sick. Okay. So sending a child to a place like this is often used as a threat and or a form of punishment because it's the parent's decision. And if their kid is, quote unquote, out of control enough, maybe like, I'll send you to that ranch. And then at some point, maybe they do. But yeah, it's because of, it's a responsive, a reaction.
Right.
There's as we've said, a major lack of laws on the local, state, and federal level overseeing this industry, which is rife with cases and allegations of child abuse, institutional corruption, and death, and all manner of cover-ups thereof. According to unsilenced.org, a campaign to end institutional child abuse within the TTI and hold abusive programs responsible while supporting survivors, there have been more than 400 deaths linked to over 5,000 congregate care facilities. 400.
Yeah. And that's only the ones that are like reported and
I mean,
or are these just all the allegations too?
This is what they think. This is what
It could. That's what I'm saying. It could be
from
more.
their own research. It could be more.
It probably
I'm sure
is more.
Yeah, but according to their research, that's
Okay.
what they think. That's the number that they think. It's at least 400 deaths.
God
because, of
damn.
course, not all of them were reported appropriately. So I found this really interesting article from the University of New Hampshire's Inquiry Journal. It was written by C. Jamie Mader. And there's a picture of them on the drive. And I am only pointing that out because this article that they wrote about the troubled teen industry is based on their own experience.
Oh, okay.
So in a little bit, I'll give you more direct quotes of their experience and their interviews with other survivors of the industry. And they're just really personal,
Yeah.
and they just paint a
Dark
picture. But anyway, really, really great article. But they describe the troubled teen industry this way. Adolescents are sent to these facilities for a myriad of reasons, ranging from severe mental health symptoms to more mundane forms of misbehavior. For example, truancy. Parents are often manipulated through fear tactics into believing their children desperately need this type of facility, and are then manipulated to not believe their children if they say anything bad about the facility.
Oof.
They're just trying to get sympathy. They just want to come home.
The program is working. If you pull them out early, it'll risk everything we've done, all the progress we've made.
Yeah, and we won't get $800 a day for your kid anymore.
Yup. They're just bleeding you dry while your kid suffers.
And this is an aside from me. Something that I find really, really scary is it's not just parents and families who can place children in these facilities.
Can like teachers do it? Or like therapists?
Well, state and local governments can pay these programs to take kids from like foster care and like juvenile justice systems. So if the kid's already locked up, the state can arrange to have
them moved essentially.
To a for-profit group home. School districts can place kids through their individualized education programs. So I think that would kind of be like, would that have been like mini school kind of at our high school?
I don't think so. Because that was a program at our high school, and it wasn't it wasn't a residential program.
Well, no, I guess I don't know what individualized education programs, but anyway, apparently school officials can have a say in this.
Wild.
Refugee resettlement agencies
can
place kids, or they can be placed, like you asked, by mental health providers. So just so many people can recommend or
insist.
I don't know. It's not just parents. It's actually estimated that only roughly a quarter of the kids in TTI today are placed there by their parents.
Wow. The rest are coming through the majority are coming through other systems. Wow. Yuck.
I know. Oh, it's sick. Okay, so back to Jamie Mader's article. They say, I was a resident in TTI programs from the age of 13 to 16. My longest stay was 18 months in a residential treatment center. Despite claiming no religious affiliation, the program's model is based on a book of step-by-step skills significantly guided by Christian ideals. Residents' behavior is reinforced through a point card system, which involves earning positive and negative points based on one's behavior. There was a Netflix show about one of these fucking group homes, and they had a point system too.
I think that's pretty common.
By design, it was more a way to keep them down than
100%.
to really earn anything. Ugh.
It's like an impossible point system. It's like intentionally to get you in more trouble, fuck you over.
Exactly. Punishments are employed if a resident does not earn enough points. This program approach is an example of point and level systems used within the TTI. So here's some other quotes from the article. One person, when they were writing this another survivor, explained a common intake experience, saying, they made me strip completely naked and cough and squat in front of 2 staff. I'd never been naked in front of anyone. I was 14. Oh. Participants reported numerous inappropriate behaviors from therapists, including oversharing, forcing clients to be kind to abusive parents, victim blaming, and ignoring some of clients' major issues, or even telling them that they were making up previous traumas.
Ugh.
You're faking it.
That's so fucked up. It's all so fucked up.
One therapy group at the center was for survivors of sexual trauma and was so poorly run that one participant believed the therapist should, quote, not ever be allowed to talk to a survivor again. So actively harming.
Yeah, you're making this so much fucking worse.
One person was not allowed to speak without permission as part of their treatment, during which time they got very sick and said, I was coughing up blood and the staff wouldn't let me talk so I could ask to go to the doctor.
Holy shit.
They were not taken to a doctor until they were hours from developing a life-threatening infection.
Yep.
And to your point that you made earlier, the last quote is, a lot of things they punished us for were just ways neurodivergent people try to relate to others. Okay. So, like, there's also an element of human trafficking, kind of. But it's, like, legal, at least, the main avenues that we go through. But, as I mentioned, there are American operations in other countries. And then also some countries and territories, for example, Bermuda, have been known to send their teenagers to programs in the United States. So, like, we're moving kids to different countries. Can we not? Let's not do that.
It's not good.
This was another pretty shocking part. There is something called a teen escort company.
No.
And it sounds like a sex thing, but it's not. This is from Wikipedia. Also called a youth transport firm or secure transport company.
Yeah, these are like the creeps in the fucking vans that come and snatch the kids.
Yes.
Isn't this what, didn't Paris Hilton, she got like kidnapped in the middle of the night?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my, these like SEAL Team 6 wannabe chuds that like couldn't be cops, couldn't be ICE agents.
They're ICE fucks.
Yeah, because like they're like too fucking loser to even be ICE, have to do this kind of shit.
Well, I'll tell you who they are. Well,
cool. Name them.
Who they don't have to be. Name them. Mention it all. So it's a business that specializes in transporting teenagers from their homes to various facilities in the troubled teen industry. Such businesses typically employ a form of legal kidnapping, abducting sleeping teenagers, and forcing them into a vehicle. Teen escort companies in the United States are subject to little or no government regulation and may result in long-term trauma. You don't fucking say.
At minimum.
Horrifying.
Oh.
And sometimes they're not even told for hours and hours
what's going on,
where they're being taken, that their parents signed off on this.
What a fucking betrayal.
Which I don't know would be more devastating, to know that they did or to not know what was going on at all.
Right? It's like you'd almost hope that they would be afraid and want to come help you. But no, they're the reason that you're even fucking in
They
that
watched
band.
it happen.
Yeah. Kathy Hilton.
Oh my God.
I know. I not a parent, can't even imagine. But like when you talked about that kid that's like coughing and squatting, 14 years old, I mean, that's like almost
14.
my niece's age.
Yes.
I imagine that baby girl in this, it's like, it makes me want to throw up. It's sickening.
They're is that the right word? They're criminalized.
Yes.
They're all treated as the same fucking thing. And I also understand that there are a lot of really, really, truly troubled teens.
Sure. That actually really need help. This is making them so much worse. This is not help.
This is not the way.
No.
Don't fake a kidnapping. Like,
no.
There are other ways to do it that will be far less harmful.
Well, and this whole thing is just another leg of like the school to prison pipeline, which is crazy. This is an area where you'll see like a lot of white children too, because of that like heavy Christian Mormon religious aspect of it. but it's still tentacles of the same fucking beast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, so this legal kidnapping is called gooning.
Oh,
It has a name.
because there's other things called gooning.
What else is called gooning?
Let me get you an official diagnosis.
Hey Siri.
I am not asking her that. Yeah, okay, so this is really different. Gooning is an internet slang term, this is how I know it, that describes the act of masturbating for a very long time, often for hours, while trying to stay on the edge of an orgasm without actually finishing. It's edging,
Isn't that just called edging? Yeah.
but worse because you're alone. Oh,
Are you on the internet the whole time?
I don't know.
Or it's
You're
just
just-
people
you're
talking about it on the internet?
Yeah, no, gooning is an internet slang term. It doesn't mean you
Wait,
have to be on the
I
internet
was
to
picturing
goon.
it the whole time. Someone's on the
Oh, you
internet
have to
trying
stay
not
online.
to come.
Gotta stay online or it's
I
not a
don't
real
know.
gooning.
I don't know how those wires cross like that. Gooning. Okay, you
Very
jerk off for
different
a long
gooning.
time.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Yeah.
Well, this is legal kidnapping.
Got it.
And it can cost between $5,000 and $10,000 because remember, they are private companies.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that they hire can be any fucking Joe off the street.
Yep,
Anyone
any
who
chud.
thinks they'd be good at kidnapping children.
Children from their beds.
Yeah. It's
Grown
ice.
men. Yeah.
There is a lot of overlap here. As of 2004, it was estimated that there were at least 20 teen escort companies operating within the United States.
Ugh.
Yeah. They are able to do this because parents sign over temporary custody of their kid to the escort company.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not kidnapping, it's their kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so foul.
Yeah, that's really scary. I had heard of guardianship or whatever being turned over to like the facility. I didn't know that they were also doing that to the transportation company.
The kidnappers.
Who then they transfer that to the facility? Like
I don't know.
that is cuckoo bananas to me. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah. It's
Absolutely
wild.
not.
So children to be transported are often picked up during the middle of the night to take advantage of their initial disorientation and to minimize confrontation and flight risk.
Yep. Because they're
Aggress-
confused and tired. Ugh,
Yeah.
so sad.
Aggressive tactics such as being assaulted, restrained with handcuffs, or hogtied with cable wires are common. Children are sometimes picked up at school with the school staff unaware of the escort company's employees' true intentions. So to everyone else, it looks like
It's a kidnapping.
a genuine kidnapping
At a school.
at a school.
So everyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
The fuck? This is crazy.
Children who resist are frequently threatened, restrained with handcuffs or zip ties, blindfolded, or hooded.
Oh.
Yeah. It's really
This is horrifying.
this is America.
Yeah.
This is a really American thing to even exist.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about this.
Mm-hmm. You're totally right.
Okay, so some more bullshit that these places commit.
Great.
False imprisonment, naturally.
Natch.
They will keep a child hostage until they agree to enter the program, or they'll handcuff kids. They'll force them to do labor, such as chopping wood or shoveling horse manure.
Great.
They're placed in stress positions as a form of punishment,
Torture. They
which
are
is-
tortured.
a torture technique.
Like,
They'll-
this is some, like, cartel shit, y'all. This is, like, shit we got in trouble for doing, like, in Iraq.
In Vietnam.
And, like,
Yeah.
you guys. What the fuck?
Too many people are sleeping at the wheel for this to be happening.
Yeah.
to children in this country.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Anywhere.
so sick.
Yeah.
It's so sick. Yes, anywhere.
But in the context of this conversation,
we
yes.
hold our heads up high like we have this great country.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is going on?
I know.
I mean, add it to the list, obviously. Right. But like, I did not know how far this went.
Yeah.
Before this episode, I'm shook. They will place children in solitary confinement as punishment because that's good for the brain.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for a kid to be alone and not allowed to talk to anyone for days on end.
Yep.
Strip searches, of course, and then psychological abuse. Mm-hmm. One example was from an exercise that forced children to dig their own graves and perform mock executions.
Okay. The fuck?
I don't know what the goal was.
What is the value of, what are we trying to achieve here?
I don't know. It's sick. It's so gross. So I did want to tell you about basically the precursor to the troubled teen industry, because this is in itself an insane story.
Mm-hmm.
It was, there was a drug rehabilitation program designed by a guy named Charles. I think you pronounce it Diedrich.
Okay.
But it could be Diedrich. Diedrich.
I'm just going to call him Chuck. Sense. Chuck. Yeah. All right.
This is from the LA Times. In the late 1950s, Chuck started a drug rehab program out of a storefront in Santa Monica. Kind of odd.
Yep.
A recovering alcoholic who'd gotten sober through Alcoholics Anonymous, Chuck offered free treatment to self-described dope fiends desperate to kick their deadly habit and go cold turkey.
Okay.
That's
kind of a dangerous
really
route,
very intense. And it's a storefront. So people are just, you can come in and out. It was like weirdly industrialized at the outset. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like commercialized.
Right.
Over the next decade and a half, the group named Synanon expanded across the country and evolved into a self-help movement with thousands of members, including many who were not addicts but were simply drawn to its idealistic vision. No drugs, no alcohol, no violence. And its primary ritual, which was an intensely confrontational form of group therapy known simply as the game.
Gooning.
It's worse. Well, I don't know if it's worse than gooning, but it's just as fucked up.
Great.
So this Chuck guy was really fucking weird. First of all, he came up with the idea for his initial group, which he called Tender Loving Care, after a really intense acid trip.
Okay. That's where all our best ideas come from.
He's like, I've got it. I'm going to help everyone get off drugs by going cold turkey and using like really tough love, like extreme methods. He was said to have coined the phrase, "Today is the first day of the rest of your life."
No.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that icky?
Oh, never liked that.
I know. So it kind of started as like a religious sort of more kind of humanist, like religious light. And then it just turned full cult. But he had intended for Synanon to be a 2-year residential program where you graduate after 2 years. But then at one point he was like, well, you can't ever really graduate because recovery is a lifelong process.
Yeah.
So you're going to stick around here and pay me money forever.
Hope that's cool.
Yeah. Synanon soon started making $10 million a year, and they bought a big hotel on the beach in Santa Monica, this big hotel to house all of the patients.
That's like their rehab center now.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Some of them weren't even addicts. Like I said, they were just professionals who wanted to participate in this intense experience. There's a picture on the drive of the beach, the Santa Monica
Synanon
hotel turned
Headquarters.
rehab.
I mean, it looks nice. A lot of palm trees.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you about the game because this is what people came for.
Ugh.
This is from Wikipedia. Control over members occurred through the game. The game was presented as a therapeutic tool and likened to a form of group therapy, but it has been criticized as a form of social control in which members humiliated one another and encouraged the exposure of one another's innermost weaknesses.
Cool. Yeah,
Healthy.
this is giving Nexium kind of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Beginning in the mid-1970s, women in Synanon were required to shave their heads. And actually, okay, so there's another picture on the drive of a big room full of
I saw that.
Women with shaved heads.
Yeah, I was like, what the? Okay.
So
I mean, go off, queens, but forcibly, not so much.
It was like it was part of the humiliation, degradation, group think, homogeny, culty thing. But I read that George Lucas he was filming some movie and he needed a bunch of bald extras. So he cast a bunch. He
tapped into Synanon.
Yes, literally. He did.
He went to his local Cinnabon and he found a bunch of bald women. And it was like, you're hired.
She's perfect.
Oh, sorry, you said Synanon. Got it.
I need bald women. I must go to Cinnabon.
I have to go to Cinnabon. That's where all the bald chicks hang out. According to, who is it?
Chuck?
No. Who is the director?
Oh, George Lucas.
George Lucas. Was he making a Star Wars?
It wasn't a Star Wars, but it was another
sci-fi type thing.
I think so.
Probably.
The name of the film wasn't familiar to me.
That's fine.
Okay, so also in Synanon, married couples were made to break up and take new partners.
Oh, good.
Men were given forced vasectomies. And a few pregnant women were forced to have abortions.
Yikes.
Babies, when they were born, were separated from their parents and raised by, the village.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that sick?
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all. Predictably, allegations of child abuse, beatings, forced labor, intimidation, sleep deprivation, and harsh living conditions soon surfaced.
Yeah.
Synanon slipped deeper into cult territory through the 1970s and 80s and was officially dissolved in 1991, but it lasted for way too long.
So was it publicizing itself as one of these residential school type things?
As a drug rehab.
Oh, okay.
Or just a general rehab, because clearly
but
you
it was
didn't
just
need to
another
be on
one of
drugs.
These. It's this private enterprise with no oversight that allowed it to just become a for-profit cult instead.
Yeah, and this was for adults, and adults chose to go here. But it directly led, I'll tell you, what had started out as a truly visionary concept ended in a wave of abuse and violence. It is a really insane story. There's another part of the story where Chuck convinced some of his members to get a rattlesnake and de-rattle it so it didn't make noise.
Oh
and
my God. Leave that fucking snake alone.
Put it in the mailbox of an attorney who presented a lawsuit against Synanon.
No.
And he got bit and he almost died.
Ugh.
So they went to jail for attempted murder or something like that.
As they should.
There's a lot of weird shit about this. There is an HBO series called The Synanon Fix.
Okay.
It's like a 4-part mini-series, docu-series. It's really good. But at least 2 former members of Synanon went on to found for-profit TTI schools.
Oh my God, of course they
Which
did. Taking everything they learned in this cult.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and applying
God.
it to kids.
Uh-huh.
All of which there were multiple facilities opened by at least these two men who were from Synanon. They've all been shut down due to lawsuits and abuse stuff. So,
Damn.
not great. But yeah, that Synanon is widely seen as
Like the founding cult of the
that
TTI.
produced the TTI. Yeah.
Wow. Ew.
So in 2024, Biden signed in a law that would require certain federal agencies to pay attention to these operations. But like with everything else these days, it feels a little flimsy. It was only good for 10 years. That's like half over or whatever. Not half over, 2 years over. And there's certainly much more work to be done. And like you mentioned, Paris Hilton has been speaking out quite a bit about this lately. She herself was gooned and taken to Provo Canyon School when she was just 17 years old.
Yep, I'm talking about Provo Canyon School today. It's gnarly.
I mean, they're all bad, but it's one of the really bad ones.
It is really bad, and I feel like there's so much crossover that it was like, if I cover this one, then you're getting an idea of what a lot of these residential schools are like.
I mean, you name it. You name it, it's happening at these schools.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So if you want more resources or if you've had an experience with the troubled teen industry that you want to share, there is a survivor-led campaign called Breaking Code Silence that might be helpful to you. So you can go to bcsnetwork.org and then again, that unsilenced.org website that I mentioned earlier. There are resources for you. We'll put them on our resource page on our website as well.
Damn. Yes. Yes, yes. Well done.
Thanks.
All right, let's take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors and then talk more about Provo Canyon School.
Great.
Can't wait.
We're Minnesotan, as you might have known, and we love a good deal, and we love bragging about where we got said good deal. And my God, Whatnot is full of those great bargains that it just spikes our cortisol. What can I say?
Yeah, Whatnot is so fun. It's the #1 live shopping app in the United States where shopping happens in real time with real people, having real conversations and incredible deals. I have gotten obsessed with it for getting like candy hauls. And I have found all these like fun, unique candies that are not necessarily just like at my local bodega. And I am really obsessed with it. And it's just a really fun, interactive community. You're connecting with sellers and other shoppers. You're finding these amazing deals. You almost never pay full price. You're shopping brand names across lines like makeup, perfume, clothing, handbags. There's so much cool vintage on there. The sellers are amazing. They have great taste. They're working their booties off. They're going live like 24/7. You can comment in real time. They show you close-ups of the items that they're selling. They explain the sizing. It's really nice for like, if you're kind of an online shopper, this is a great blend of that experience where you can get a deal. You can still shop online, but you can actually ask questions in real time about the product that you're buying. You can also become a seller if you have clothes, bags, or accessories that are sitting in your closet that are like in this great shape and you're just not wearing them anymore. Get on Whatnot. It makes it easy to turn them into cash. You can connect to shoppers who share your style and have fun going live while doing it. It's a great way to find new brands because sellers don't like gatekeep all of the cool stuff. I'm obsessed with it.
Download Whatnot today and get $20 off your first purchase. Search Whatnot, that's WHATNOT in the App Store. Sign up and start finding the best deals on the products you love with $20 off your first purchase.
Finding a therapist is hard enough, okay? Why put us through more by having to find one that actually takes your insurance? It is so frustrating. That is where most online therapy platforms tend to fall short. A lot of them do not work with insurance at all, which means you're stuck paying the full cost out of pocket or paying for an expensive monthly subscription. But Rula, our girl Rula, she does things differently, okay? They partner with over 100 insurance plans, making the average copay just $15 per session for real therapy from licensed professionals at a price that actually makes sense for you. So like, you're using your insurance benefits to maintain your physical health. Why are we not doing the same for our mental health? If you have it there, you should be taking advantage of it. And Rula is going to help you tap into that.
And Rula isn't just affordable. The experience is truly tailored around you. It's like bespoke therapy. Other online therapy platforms might match you with the first available provider, whether or not they're the right fit. Sometimes it can be hard to switch. Rula considers your goals, preferences, and background to provide you a curated list of licensed in-network therapists who actually align with what it is that you're looking for, because they know that finding the right therapist quickly can make all the difference. There's no wait list, no frustrating back and forths. Rula makes it easy to find a mental health provider who's accepting new patients, and appointments are available as soon as tomorrow. Plus, they stick with you through your journey. This is my favorite part. They check in with you to make sure that your care is actually helping you move forward.
So go to rula.com/gals to get started today. That's RULA.com/gals for quality therapy that's covered by insurance. Thousands of people are already using Rula to get affordable, high quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance. Visit rula.com/gals to get started. That's RULA.com/gals. You deserve mental health care that works with you, not against your budget. So this is actually pretty topical because Provo Canyon School, like we said, the one Paris Hilton has been speaking out against for years, it's actually back in the news right now. And I'll circle back to that at the end. So we'll dive into the school and the fucked up shit about it, and then we'll see kind of where things are right now. It's definitely still in...
What now?
I know, right? But it's good, and it's like... Are there even really going to be consequences? You know, so it's one to keep an eye on for sure.
Okay.
Provo Canyon School is one of Utah's oldest and largest residential treatment facilities for youth. The school was founded in the 1970s, first only serving troubled boys in the shadow of Brigham Young University. The facility is described as a residential treatment center designed to serve troubled teens. It treats students for various challenges, including addiction, mental illness, and criminal behavior, which, again, all of these things are like as told by the parent or the state
counselor or
the
refugee program.
The people who probably have some financial skin in the game or get kickbacks to place these children into these facilities, because there are certainly other resources to help manage these very real issues that teens are facing that aren't fucking Provo Canyon fucking school.
Yeah.
As well as specific diagnoses like schizophrenia, anxiety, and other intellectual disabilities like you outlined in your section. Provo Canyon School has room for 286 residents across its 2 campuses. They have a boys' campus and a girls' campus. The facility was sold by its previous owners in August of 2000, and it's currently owned by Universal Health Services, Inc. It is all privately owned. And Universal Health Services, Inc. is a private company that is named to sound like it's like a, healthcare.
Like United Healthcare.
Yeah. Like a reputable insurance company.
It sounds very clean.
Yep. The school has been a center of controversy for much of its history, facing long-standing accusations of abuse. These allegations gained widespread attention in 2020 after Paris Hilton released a documentary detailing her experiences as a resident there in the 1990s. Since 2017, state regulators have cited the facility for 14 rule violations, though many previous allegations of mistreatment went unpunished due to historically lax state oversight. Yeah. Despite the school getting famous for its abuse allegations in 2020, the allegations actually began within the first few years of the school opening in the 70s.
Oh my God.
This is an excerpt from centerforhealthjournalism.org, and I do pull a decent amount from this source because it has so many direct survivor accounts in it. So, quote, 2 teens sent there by their home state's juvenile justice system ran away. One was from Alaska, the other from Nevada, and sought protection from the federal courts. They filed a lawsuit against the original owners, Jack Williams and Robert Christ, challenging the school's education, treatment, and confinement methods. Jurors returned a verdict favoring Provo Canyon School after a lengthy trial in 1980, but a federal judge issued a permanent injunction banning the school from using polygraph tests on the boys, opening and reading their mail.
Oh my God.
Using isolation for any reason other than to contain a boy who was violent, and prohibited using physical force from being used to restrain a boy unless he was in immediate danger to himself or others.
Jesus.
A few years later, in 1986, Charter Behavioral Health Systems bought the original Provo campus. The company, once the nation's largest operator of psychiatric hospitals and treatment centers, we could put quotes on that, would own the school for the next 14 years. It was during this time in 1989 that Jeremy Whiteley was enrolled. He was 15 at the time, a self-described normal teenager from Washington who was going through a rebellious cycle. He's 15. Of course he is.
Yeah.
His parents and therapist asked if he'd like to try a boarding school, a place in Utah where he could hike and ski and be outdoors. I went willingly, he recalled. My dad took me, and basically after I said goodbye, that's when the nightmare started. So he's one of the kids who went like in the 70s.
Yeah. He didn't need to be kidnapped.
No. It wasn't at all what was described to me. Instead of playing basketball or going swimming in the pool, Whiteley said he was taken to a room and strip searched. He remembers watching his classmates held down by staff or being injected with sedatives. He moved quickly through the levels of the program, but was knocked back down after he tried to run away during an approved visit to a family reunion in New Hampshire. So he was allowed to leave to go to this reunion, and essentially he didn't come back. And so they dropped him all the way back down to level 1. So when they caught him and put him back in, he started at the bottom
Starting
again.
over. They caught him like there's a fucking bounty out. Ugh.
I'm sure it was probably his family. He left for a family reunion.
I
He didn't want to
know.
go back. His family probably returned him. But either way, he had
It's
to go
just gross.
back.
The
It's
whole thing
horrifying.
is gross.
His punishment involved standing up against a wall for hours on end for several weeks.
Oh my God.
Weeks they tortured him like this. Whiteley said he was prescribed so much medication he, quote, felt like a zombie. 2 years later, his parents pulled him from Provo Canyon School. Quote, the program was a complete failure for me. The now 2 years he had to endure this.
Jesus.
Yep. Before his parents took him out of the school. Probably because it wasn't working the way that they wanted it to be. Because it was making him worse. Because it was
Why would it
torturing
work?
him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
It's just...
One thing that I forgot to tell you about the author of that article, who was in that camp themselves. There's another picture that is also on the drive. They were forced to eat their food with just a stick.
Oh my God.
They didn't have silverware. So there's a picture of her just eating it with a stick.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Ugh.
I can't.
I know.
Whiteley burned almost every record he had from Provo Canyon School a decade later, a way of purging the bad memories. Now, one of the only physical reminders he has from that time are some textbooks with his assigned number scribbled on it, number 142. So at Provo, their names are taken away. They're given numbers instead.
Oh, God.
So now that we have just an account of the early allegations, and that's just one account. So that's happening to basically every student in there. And that's in the 70s. That's just a couple of years after they opened. So I'm going to go over a timeline of abuse allegations against the school. And then there's a couple of things that I'm going to extrapolate on afterward. And that was like the only way that I could try to cover as much as I could.
Yeah.
So late 1970s, like we said, shortly after opening in 1971, the school faced a federal lawsuit filed by the 2 students who had run away. They challenged the school's methods of education, treatment, and confinement. 1980, while a jury favored the school at the conclusion of that 1970s lawsuit, a federal judge issued a permanent injunction. This order legally banned the school from using polygraph tests, opening student mail, using isolation for nonviolent behavior, and using physical force except in cases of immediate danger. 1989, that student Jeremy Whiteley reported being strip searched, watching classmates be chemically sedated, and being forced to stand against a wall for hours every day for several weeks as punishment. 1990s, Paris Hilton and other students from this era alleged widespread physical and emotional abuse. Hilton reported being hit, yelled at, and over-medicated to the point of feeling numb. She also recently alleged that she was sexually assaulted under the guise of medical pelvic exams that had no clear purpose.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh.
2000, the school's parent company at the time, Charter Behavioral Health Systems, filed for bankruptcy amid intense scrutiny for Medicaid fraud and media reports of inadequate care. The school was then sold to its current owner, Universal Health Services. 2003 to 2010, students during this period, including Jen Robinson and Kira Lewis, reported continued use of locked isolation, frequent physical restraints, and injections of sedatives nicknamed booty juice.
Ew.
Kayla Smith, who arrived in 2010 at age 8, reported being strip searched and locked in timeout rooms, which violated state rules against locking such rooms. 2012 to 2013, state regulators placed the Provo campus on conditional status in 2012 after a boy ran away and caused a fatal car crash.
Oh.
The Springville campus received the same sanction in 2013 after a student was injured during a restraint. 2015, the school was again placed on conditional status after the staff injured students during restraints on 2 separate occasions and for maintaining a locked seclusion room that they have been told for years, almost a decade now, that they can't do, and they just keep fucking doing it.
Is it that hard to not restrain a teenager?
To not lock a teenager in isolation?
Yeah.
2016, a 15-year-old student, Odavian Westmoreland, suffered a concussion after a staffer slammed him to the floor. The injury went untreated for 8 days. Child Protective Services concluded the staffer used excessive force and racial slurs. While the staffer was fired and initially charged with misdemeanor child abuse, the State Office of Licensing took no formal action against the school. 2017 to 2020, state regulators cited the school for 14 rule violations. In 2020, Paris Hilton's documentary, This is Paris, brought international attention to the facility, leading to protests and a petition to close the school. 2024 to 2025. In late 2024, state inspectors found instances of a staffer striking a teenager during a restraint and another staffer using restraints unnecessarily. Again.
Why are we tying him up? Why are we tying the kids up?
All the time. February of 2025, the Utah Office of Licensing sanctioned the Springville campus license. I think that's the girls' campus. This marked the 7th time in 2 years the school was found to have failed to keep youth free from harm or violence. The school is currently under close watch and could lose its license if it fails to comply with new safety and training requirements.
The 7th time in 2 years.
The 7th time.
It's almost like they're out to hurt kids.
So I'm going to go deeper into some of these timeline incidents. First with Odavian Westmoreland. He was a 15-year-old student at Provo Canyon School in April of 2016 when he was the victim of an assault by a staff member that left him with a concussion. At the time, Odavian was being treated for schizophrenia, anxiety, and intellectual disability and reactive attachment disorder. While Odavian was performing custodial chores, he got into an argument with another student and a staff member named Brandon Grebe. According to security camera footage, Odavian shoved Grebe, who then grabbed the teen by the neck and threw him to the ground.
Oh my God.
There's a surveillance video of it, which appeared to show Grebe striking Odavian's head. Odavian reported that Grebe slammed his head into the ground and used a racial slur.
Jesus.
Despite Odavian complaining of head and stomach pain a few days later, the school's director initially dismissed the symptoms as an ear infection. It took 8 days and the persistent demands of Odavian's mother, Michelle Westmoreland, for the school to finally send him to the emergency room. He was then diagnosed with a concussion. The incident led to several investigations, though the school faced few consequences at the time. CPS concluded that Grebe had physically abused Odavian by using excessive and unnecessary force. Grebe was fired for violating the school's use of force policy and using a racial slur. He was initially charged with misdemeanor child abuse, but the charges were later dropped by the Provo City Attorney's Office for reasons that remain unclear.
He abused a child. Why wouldn't you charge him with child abuse?
I have a feeling that...
Yeah, no, I know. I know the answer.
Provo's school has Provo friends in Provo high places.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise... how have they been getting away with all of this for so fucking long?
Yeah, it's
really
wild.
Although a CPS investigator stated the incident was clearly a licensing violation, the Utah Office of Licensing took no formal action against Provo Canyon School. This occurred despite the school already being under increased oversight, quote unquote, due to prior injuries to students just a year ago in 2015. Michelle Westmoreland pulled her son from the facility 6 months after the injury. O'Davian eventually moved to a group home in Nevada to be closer to his family. His case has since been used by advocates and news organizations to highlight the historically lax oversight of Utah's youth treatment industry. Today, Michelle Westmoreland volunteers at the National Alliance on Mental Illness, otherwise known as NAMI, and advises other families against sending their children to Utah for treatment. She was like, they will abuse your children and then leave them to potentially die.
A concussion is no fucking joke.
No.
And to just let him sit with it.
It's really scary stuff.
And that man should have been fired that fucking day.
Yeah, for real. So the student who caused the fatal car crash is a super sad story. I'm just going to read this to you from the Salt Lake Tribune article that I found about it. So this reads, a 65-year-old woman died after her car was hit Sunday by a stolen Mercedes, allegedly driven by a 17-year-old escapee from a residential treatment school in Provo who had led police on a chase. A police officer on his way to work chased the teen down and arrested him after the crash, ending a day-long crime spree that also included a home burglary, said Provo Police Sergeant Brandon Post on Monday. The Utah County woman injured in the crash was taken to Utah Valley Regional Medical Center, where she later died. Her name was not immediately released. The driver, her husband, remained in intensive care on Monday. Police couldn't immediately say how the teen managed his escape, reported about 1:40 p.m. from the state-licensed Provo Canyon School, which is a secure, locked facility. Once out, the teen allegedly broke into the home of Provo resident Andrew Alger. Alger returned about 4:30 p.m. to find his iPad out of its case and charging from the printer. As he tried to figure out what was going on, he heard his bedroom door open and saw the teen, who he described as 6 feet 2 inches and African-American, standing in the entryway to the bedroom wearing my clothes. Alger froze and the teen spoke first. He said, "Sir, I'm really sorry that I'm in your house," Alger said Monday. The boy appeared to have been there while judging by an empty Capri Sun drink container and the bedroom in disarray. Oh, been there a while because there was the juice box. And confronted with the apologetic intruder, Alger ordered the teen to empty his pockets of Alger's cash and spare car keys. The teen claimed to have been kicked out of his aunt's house. Alger told him to leave Alger's shoes but allowed him to keep the clothes. Quote, he was kind of sad, kind of moping a little bit. He walked down the driveway and sat and kind of thought about what he was going to do next, I imagine, he said. Alger then called the police. The runaway didn't seem like a hardened criminal, Alger said. Quote, I hoped that he would have gone back and turned himself in. Now he's facing what he is. He's a younger kid. I feel bad and I feel sick for the family of the crash victims, he said. When he left Alger's house, the teen headed to an underground apartment complex parking garage where he found a black Mercedes SUV with the keys inside. The boy drove back to the school in the stolen car. Provo Canyon staff called police again about 8 p.m. when they saw him in the parking lot. Officers spotted the car near 1800 North Freedom Boulevard and tried to pull it over, but the teen drove away, turning southbound on University Avenue. He was initially going the speed limit, but accelerated near Bulldog Boulevard and started weaving in and out of traffic, following department policy to avoid high-speed chases unless the driver is suspected of an aggravated or forcible offense. Officers turned off their overhead lights and stopped following him about 15 blocks from where the chase began. The boy continued to speed on University Avenue until he hit the SUV, which was stopped at a red light at 1860 South, about 20 blocks away from where the police had ended the chase. Uninjured, the teen bailed out after crashing and ran, but a Provo police sergeant who was on his way to work and saw the accident from Interstate 15 chased the teen and caught him. He was arrested and booked into Slate Canyon Detention Center on suspicion of burglary, vehicle theft, and manslaughter. The teen, who is from out of state, has a prior criminal record, but details and his name were not released due to his age. The Provo Canyon School, in a statement, said they were deeply saddened by this tragedy and our heartfelt condolences go out to the family of those involved. School officials said they take the safety and well-being of their patients very seriously and have been cooperating with authorities in the ongoing investigation. They said they couldn't discuss the teen's situation because of privacy laws. They did not address how the teen escaped or how quickly school employees reported the teen's disappearance. Post said the officers have responded to the school on reports of runaways before, but nothing of this magnitude. Elizabeth Solis, spokeswoman for the Utah Department of Human Services, which contracts with the school, said the state plans to review the incident to ensure that the school followed policy. So
That's really fucking sad.
It's really fucking sad, and it's really fucking frustrating because that incident got to become kind of like a reason why we need the school, and like, because this kid was so troubled, and it doesn't address why that kid was so desperate to escape that he would be willing to beg, borrow, steal, and then accidentally kill someone to get the fuck away from there. And so that kid goes down, and absolutely he should face consequences for this tragedy. Like, I'm not saying that he shouldn't. I'm saying that he doesn't hold all of the responsibility for what went down here. There are things that happened before he escaped.
Yeah, I agree.
That brought him to this point. The same with anybody who fucking commits a crime like this, especially manslaughter where it's an accident. So that was just really fucking devastating. Okay, I also want to address the booty juice.
Thank you.
Because what the actual fuck? So Provo Canyon School has a decades-long history of allegations regarding the chemical sedation of its students, with reports of over-medication stretching from the 1980s to the present day. If you remember those kids from that 70s lawsuit, they said that they were drugged or saw their peers drugged as well. So it's been happening since like day one.
There was a part in one of the articles where there was a teenager in one of these programs, and their doctors or whoever was prescribing them so much shit that like it didn't help any symptoms. It only created new ones. And then after like they were there for like however many months, and then that particular doctor or whoever saw them again, and they expressed surprise that they weren't dead yet because of all the meds they were on.
Isn't that terrifying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to keep them
sedated, basically docile, because former residents are saying
out of the way.
They were drugged to the point of feeling like, quote, zombies, or being, quote, numb as a method of control or punishment. According to former students, the use of sedative injections was a common practice, often occurring in conjunction with physical restraints. So not only would they be sedated, they'd be like hogtied or restrained, which is fucking illegal. And if they're sedated, they don't need to be fucking restrained, because they're only supposed to be restrained if they're an immediate threat to themselves or others. But how are they an immediate threat to themselves or others if they are so zonked out on booty juice?
Yeah.
Which that term was brought up by students from the early 2000s, such as Kira Lewis, who reported that these injections were so frequent they were nicknamed booty juice by the residents because the injections were often done in like the fatty tissue of your backside.
Booty juice.
So they're injecting them in the butt with sedatives, hence booty juice. Some of these sedatives included Haldol. Jen Robinson, who was at the school in 2003, specifically recalled seeing other girls being shot up with Haldol while being held in isolation. They're not supposed to be putting students in isolation either. That was in 2003.
That's so gross.
Many students described the physical sensation of being over-medicated, including Jeremy Whiteley from the beginning, enrolled in 1989, and others stated that the drugs Jeremy Whiteley was enrolled earlier, and I got that date wrong, but stated that the drugs made them feel like zombies. Paris Hilton, enrolled in the late 90s, recalled feeling, quote, tired and numb, observing that some residents were so heavily medicated that, quote, the lights were on, but no one was home. So just like totally
absent.
Glazed over. Yeah. While Utah state regulations prohibit the use of chemical restraints as a form of punishment, allowing them only when a student is in imminent danger to themselves or others, former residents alleged they were sedated for minor infractions or, quote unquote, emotional distress. So if they're like crying too much, they can just shoot them up.
Gross.
Kayla Smith, who arrived at the school in 2010 at age 8.
Oh my God.
Years old.
Stop.
Reported being younger than Emily. My niece at the school. Reported being given shots to make her go to sleep if she cried while staff members were physically holding her down. So because she was
8.
crying, because she was being physically held down, they sedated her chemically.
That's
all these
so
kids.
fucking gross. Oh, that's so gross.
Kira Lewis noted that the injections were used after she was slammed to the ground for trying to climb a fence to run away. Beyond emergency injections, students reported being prescribed high levels of daily medication that left them unable to function normally. Like you said about that doctor that was like, I don't know how you're alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are just pumping these kids with these drugs day in and day out. The current CEO of Provo Canyon School, Adam McLean, has stated that the facility does not use drugs or medications as a disciplinary measure. He maintains that the school has transitioned to a personalized, trauma-informed approach, and that the youths they treat often have complex needs and may present a danger to themselves or others. However,
we're protecting the youths.
Yeah, exactly. External experts like Ronald Davidson have noted a recurring pattern in large for-profit residential treatment centers where low staffing levels often lead to children being over-restrained and over-medicated as a means of management. Since 2019, increased state oversight has led to significantly more citations for various rule violations at such facilities, though historically, these practices often went unpunished by state regulators. So, like, this had been going on forever. It's still going on. And now they're just like, oh, yeah, there has been an uptick in citations. It's like, yeah, because if you pay any attention, you notice that they're fucking doing it all the time because there's no real consequences. So they get these citations over and over and over and over and over again. And the citations also don't amount to shit. So why would they stop?
And also another factor that I was reading about was like this chronic understaffing of all of these facilities just in general.
So where
they
is
are
all
desperate.
this money going?
Right.
Where are those billions of dollars a year going?
Not
billions.
paying their staff, apparently.
Nope.
Crazy.
This is deadly fucking capitalism. Crazy shit.
American.
Yeah, so fucking American. One bit of good news that I'll give us, according to the BBC, quote, a girls' boarding school where U.S. socialite Paris Hilton alleged she was abused as a teenager has had its license revoked. Utah state regulators cited unnecessary restraint, aggressive physical contact, and instances of neglect among non-compliance issues at Provo Canyon School's Springville campus going back to 2025. Obviously, it goes back way further than
Going
that.
all the way back to 2025.
Yeah. Hilton, who has campaigned to close the school and testified before Congress about her experience there in the 1990s, said the facility failed the children in its care. The school said it was considering an appeal against the decision. The girls' facility is described on its website as an intensive psychiatric youth residential treatment center for girls 12 to 18. The Utah Department of Health and Human Services said the school had failed to provide applicable health and safety services for clients. So its residential treatment license has been like canceled, and all services at the campus were supposed to be terminated by the 6th of August of this year. I'm not sure if the school has submitted a challenge to this, and this is so recent in the news. So like we have to keep an eye on this for sure. Historically, the facility has faced several empty threats of losing its license. It was placed on conditional status in 2012, 2013, and 2015 for various violations, including student injuries during restraints and maintaining illegal locked seclusion rooms. The same shit.
Close it down for fuck's sake.
Despite these repeated serious violations and nearly losing its license several times, the school has remained operational for like 50 fucking years. Currently, the school's second campus in Provo remains unaffected by the 2025 state notice. Also, these fucks charge, like I said, about $12,500 per month in tuition to abuse these kids. And this school alone generates around $7 million a year in revenue. So like I said, I'm always sketched out with money like that. Like, who's getting kickbacks for recommending these services? Who is making this money? This is human fucking trafficking. We don't have the time to go down that rabbit hole, but I promise you there's talk online about it. It's there. So I'm going to finish with this last bit of devastation because it's not just a Provo Canyon school problem, as we know from this whole episode. And just a few years ago, 17-year-old Taylor Goodridge died in December of 2022 at Diamond Ranch Academy Therapeutic Boarding School in Utah of sepsis after school employees ignored her health issues. So this is just an excerpt from KPTV. Quote, "It's something that's easily treated with antibiotics, especially with a healthy 17-year-old. Attorney Alan M. Mortensen of Mortensen and Milleen told Fox News Digital. The first signs of peritonitis are vomiting and stomach cramps, both of which Taylor had for at least 2.5 weeks before she died.
Stop.
She was never taken to the hospital. Her complaints were ignored, and she was punished for making the complaints. Goodridge was allowed to call her parents once a week at the school that touts itself as a world-class residential treatment center and therapeutic boarding school, but school staff allegedly blocked her access to the phone when she was sick. According to Utah Department of Health and Human Services statistics obtained by Mortensen, Goodridge vomited at least 14 times before her death, 7 of which occurred during an 11-hour period. So it was like ramping. She was getting so sick. Staff at the school, which charges $12,000 per month in tuition, allegedly informed Goodridge that, quote, she was faking it and needed to suck it up.
Jesus Christ.
When the 17-year-old student was in excruciating pain, school personnel advised her to drink water and take aspirin. Staff allegedly pushed Goodridge to get out of bed, take a shower, and go to the school's medical clinic on the day she died. And the last article I could find, and she died.
Jesus
and the last
Christ.
article I could find about that was from 2023, and it said no charges had been filed against the school for her death.
Nothing.
None. And I couldn't find something else about that. So I'll have to look deeper, but
that's fucking bonkers.
So basically, they can't keep fucking getting away with this.
Yeah, no
These
shit.
schools all have to be done.
Mm-hmm.
They've had to be done. I mean, my God, when you hear the words residential fucking boarding school, America has a long history of evil within the walls of residential boarding schools, especially to marginalized children. So they all gotta fucking go.
It was reminding me a lot of that. Obviously, many dissimilarities.
Yes, but this is not like a new thing.
No. Also, the fact that the phrase legal kidnapping is a big part of this is really gross.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What are we doing?
What the fuck are we doing?
Ugh.
Anyway,
I'm really glad that we were able to do this episode because
we learned a lot.
Ugh. Yeah, a lot.
We learned a lot. So thank you to everyone who recommended it and then like reinforced the idea to do it. I hope we did it justice to the best of our ability. There's obviously so much more to cover, and I'm glad Lucy was able to share more resources of where stories can not only be shared, but we can all read them because we need to be aware that this shit's going on.
Yeah. Unsilenced.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you. If you want to hear this episode and all of our episodes without any annoying ads, join us on Uncorked. And we have a lot of fun over there.
We do. There's a lot of content for you. So if you've got some long drives coming up, got road trips up, if you've got annoying commutes in your future, come on,
annoying roommate.
Oh my God. Anyone you want to block out with those sound canceling headphones you got at Christmas.
Let us drown them out.
We got you.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Like what you see? Check out more episodes and become a member to unlock exclusive content.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.